For this one, I wanted to make a really beautiful sea turtle art piece. And so what I'm going to do is use one of these little wood signs from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to switch out the beads on mine. They have wood beads on this little wood circle sign. And you guys were asking me to source some beach stuff from other locations. So I've been looking, it's been hard, but I did find a few things on Temu. I will try to post links to whatever I found. But for this one, I'm going to switch out these little wood beads on here with some sea turtle wood beads. I thought would be really cute since we're going to be making a sea turtle piece. This is what they look like. They're white with little blue sea turtles all over. Very cute. I did find some stuff from Temu. I found some stuff from Amazon. And there's also another website that I found for like wood cutouts that I'll try to post the links to everything in the description of today's video. The sea turtles do go a certain direction. So I had three go one way, three go another way. And then I just reattached the existing hanger to the sign itself. I thought that was really cute, especially because we're going to have some blue on this DIY. I wanted to try to make a sea turtle out of seashells and some of that crushed glass from the Dollar Tree. So I am just going to stencil it out. I made the stencil of a sea turtle silhouette. I will include a link to the free printable in the description of today's video if you'd like to recreate. I tried not to waste as much ink as I could by making it just an outline like this. And I'm just going to cut the sea turtle out just to use it as a template for how I want it to be shaped. There's a couple ways you could do this. You could just cut it out like this and sketch it out. You could actually cut it out like a stencil and kind of work in between it. I don't know which way would really be easier. For this one, I decided to go ahead and cut the flippers, the head, and everything off here because I thought that because I'm going to do the sections differently, like I'm going to do the seashells for the turtle shell. But then I was like, oh, it might not fit properly on here, so I still need to have it kind of lined up. I probably could have left it attached because what I'm going to do is just sketch this on here just to give me an outline. And I used a pencil on this. You might want to use chalk or something like that because I did have a little bit of issues with erasing the pencil and making it not noticeable. But the first thing I did was just sketch out the turtle shell. These are the seashells I'm going to use. I'm going to use a combination of these seashells I found on Amazon. You get this giant jar of them. And then some of the tiny shells from Dollar Tree, the little jar shells. Haven't been able to find those at Dollar Tree lately. So I've been getting these large jars on Amazon, and it's really just as cheap because you get a lot of them. And I have that linked in my Amazon shop under beach essentials maybe. And we are going to glue this on for the shell. I'm using tacky glue from Dollar Tree. It works great for making shell encrusted projects like this. It's super strong and it dries clear. And I just painted that on exactly where I drew out my outline for the turtle shell. And I don't really care what color it is or what style of shell it is. I just want it to be small. So there's a few larger ones in the jar. So I was just trying to pick them out just because they were a little bit bigger than I would like, but I just want the entire shell to be shell encrusted. That makes sense, right? And then I want to do the rest of the turtle with the crushed glass from the Dollar Tree. And your girl has sleeves on. It is not because I am cold here in Florida. I am covered from head to toe with poison ivy. I was mulching my yard to try to avoid fire ants because we keep getting fire ants next to our house. So I decided to mulch the entire perimeter of the house. And somehow the mulching gave me poison ivy. Like, I don't even think there was any poison ivy there. I must have had something contaminated on the mulch itself. I don't know, but it has been almost a week and I am dying. So if you have any fantastic remedies, I think I've probably tried everything for poison ivy. Please let me know in the comments below because your girl is suffering. But I got this encrusted. I started the drying process a little bit just to kind of see what was attached and what wasn't. A couple of them might have been double stacked. I used a little spray adhesive from the Dollar Tree too. It's not super necessary, but I thought it might help this along with sticking together. And then I decided to go in and try to erase the pencil. The problems that I had was it was really kind of hard to get in there without messing the shells up right at this point, right? and I was really having trouble getting in there at all. So, what I decided to do was just go around the perimeter with a little bit more of that tacky glue and add tiny shells around the perimeter to kind of cover up the pencil marks because I didn't want them to be seen. And I really thought that the glue over the pencil was really going to kind of seal that on there. And I didn't want that part to be visible. I thought I was going to be able to erase that a little bit better than I could. But I was able to fix it by using this method. And I also have exciting news. I have my son home from college. I went and moved him home yesterday. I got to help him clean his apartment that he was sharing with another guy and move him home. I'm so glad to have him home for the summer. He does have a lot of summer school this year for college, but he is doing fantastic. Now for the head and all of the sea turtle flippers, and there was even a little tail that I had sketched out earlier. It was part of the shell, I think. I just sketched these out with pencil as well, and I'm going to cover these with crushed glass. Now, Dollar Tree does have these in a few different colors. I know that they have green, blue, and kind of a pinkish color. I think green or blue would work well for this. And I want to cover all of these parts with the crushed glass. I thought this would be a fun idea because it, looks like sea glass, but like a lot smaller. So it would work better for something more the scale of a project. So again, I just use the tacky glue. It works great for shells. So I thought it would work great for crushed glass too. And I just painted that on there and spread out my blue crushed glass. I absolutely love how this turned out. Anytime I can work with like sea glass, shells, different materials like that to make something, some of my favorite DIYs, just really cool. I do make sure to put down a nice healthy coat of tacky glue. I might have put too much on that first flipper though, so I'm just going to spread that out a little bit there. I want it to dry quickly and clear, but I do want it to be secure. I just don't want to waste any glue if I don't need to. And even though it goes on white, you're thinking it's going to dry white. It really doesn't. It dries crystal clear. It might give you a glossy finish. So I try to cover as much of it as I can with the stones or the shells when I'm working with them. And I just work my way around here. He has 4 flippers and a little tiny tail. I love sea turtles. They're one of my favorite creatures. They nest on the beaches here where I live by the thousands. And so it's always such a fun treat. I've got to go see them lay eggs with some sea turtle groups a couple of times now on the beach in the middle of the night. And it's so fun. I've even seen a leatherback hatchling hatch out of its nest one night at the beach and head to the ocean. So that was really cool as well. They're just such beautiful creatures. Very cool. We even got to swim with one. And where was that? That was in the Virgin Islands. You got into a pool with the sea turtle, and it was a really cool experience. I always love seeing them in the wild as well. This is how my sea glass and seashell sea turtle turned out. I think it's really cute and a fun way we can make a beach DIY without using shore living products from the Dollar Tree.